It's so interesting because we saw a massive boom in the job market too. But when we look at what actually happened, for example, in the housing industry, all that really happened was the interest rates went so low. So people were incentivized to refinance and they were incentivized to sell their home. They were also incentivized to buy more expensive home because the money was so cheap. But this wasn't just in the mortgage industry. This is why Silicon Valley Bank got into what they got into. They invested in so many companies because money was so cheap. What we've seen though over the past year is a rise in those interest rates. So everything from credit cards to real estate to even these investments that these banks made, they suddenly needed to start paying more. We saw the exact same thing in the job market. I'm a recruiter, so I spent a lot of my time recruiting recruiters to companies. And when we would meet with hiring managers who were usually planning the talent strategy for the company, one of the most common things I would hear would be we're looking to 10x, we're looking to 4x, we're looking to double, triple, quadruple, whatever it was. We were looking to grow. And every single company was looking to grow. However, the issue with looking to grow is that there's actually a talent shortage. If you're looking to hire 50 developers or 50 engineers, you know how difficult that is. But if every single company that's just received this funding because money is cheap is looking to hire, that means that the only way that they can really attract people to the company is to pay more and more and more. That's why during COVID, Amazon announced that they were going to be paying their engineers $400,000. So you have big tech hiring and hiring and hiring, paying more and more. You got money that's so cheap to these newly funded startups, which meant that they had more money to pay higher and higher and higher salaries, and everybody was looking to grow. You literally had a bubble in the job market, the housing market, the credit market, and even in markets like the student loan, where we just had 2 years where nobody has paid back any of their student loans, which is all kicking back in. Then on top of that, to make things even better, we had so much money pumped into the economy. I mean, think about it. We had stimulus checks. How many of us got $3,000 to $5,000 in our bank accounts, which made us feel really great? Hey, I'm in a great financial position. Yes, I can spend more. So it's really artificial spending because you just have a free $5,000, $8,000, $10,000 in your account. I'll buy some more. So all of these signals, a strong job market, salaries going up, people having more money to spend, it all made it look like the economy was booming, but it was so artificial. Now what are we seeing? Inflation, higher interest rates. We're seeing people lose their jobs. We're seeing the market collapse. We are not in for good times. But you know what? We've had bad times before, and I remember in '08, it was a really tough time. But then think about it. After the '08, we had pretty much from 2010 onwards, boom, 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 boom. We hit COVID, seemed like it was a recession. I remember people talking about it like it was a recession. We obviously bounced back artificially, and now we're really hitting that recession. So the good news is we're probably somewhat through it, but I don't think rock bottom. But once we hit that rock bottom, the only place that we can go is up, which is why we just got to be smart. We got to be prepared. We've got to also understand that we're not alone. We're all going through this together. I know personally, my grocery bill went from about $200 a week to $400 a week. My pay didn't go up. So I think we're all in this together, and that's the important thing to remember. And the other thing to remember too is like COVID was such a crazy time, but we did make it through, and there's always an opportunity out of it. There's always an opportunity to in the future make more money. There's always an opportunity to buy even stocks right now at a lower price and invest well. So there is opportunity, but you're only going to be tuned into that opportunity if your mindset is looking for opportunity rather than paying attention to all of the fear and the worry and the anxiety. So for some people, it's going to be a really exciting time. For other people, it's going to be a fearful time. But I believe that you're the one that determines how you view things and how you're looking at things.